Today I'm going to show you how to replace the aircon blower of the Nissan X-Trail, which is probably the same process with most cars. You know that your aircon blower motor is on the way out if you hear some sort of grinding, whining noises when you crank up your air conditioning. It's most likely the bearing is failing. So it eventually died, so today I'm going to show you how to replace it. Alright, so we're going to start with a brand new blower motor that I bought from eBay. I think this one was about $20 to $25 Australian. Now we're going to start by ripping out the bottom plate underneath your Glovebox. These are just held by clip screws, not screws, but clip things that you just pull out. Obviously just take caution when you do it so you won't break it. Once we've done this, we're going to unhinge the actual Glovebox. So these two tab things, so all you have to do is pull it out like so, and do the same on the other side, and you'll find that the glove box will just hinge out and you can easily pull it out. Once it's done, we're going to undo all the screws that we see, and you need a T20 torque screw. Once we've removed all the screws, we just slowly remove the whole backing plate of the glove box, and this will expose the blower motor casing. So in here is where you find your pollen filter or cabin filter, and we'll have a look at mine. It looks pretty filthy, so we are going to order a new one and replace that one too. Okay, so this is the bracket that holds the ECU. I've seen some people remove the whole ECU, which probably makes it a bit easier to pull it out, but I chose to avoid doing that, so I gave it a crack. So I just basically remove these bolts to loosen it up and move the ECU to one side, and then there are a couple of wiring harnesses that you need to remove. That's one connected to obviously the blower motor, which is this one here. And there's another one at the back tucked away, which I'll show you later. And there's another bolt underneath here, which is quite awkward to get to. Now what I'm doing here is removing the other wiring harness, which I told you about. Removing another bolt from the top. So this is actually the plate that holds the ECU. Once it's done, it actually took me a while to carefully wiggle it out, but I eventually did it. This is the part where you need to make a decision whether you're going to remove the whole ECU or not. Now this is the other wiring harness that I told you that was hiding from the back. Just be careful not to rip it out. Alright, so the whole assembly has been removed. Now the next step is to open it up. So these are the screws, Phillips screws, that we need to undo to actually open the whole thing, or take the whole thing apart. Once you removed all the screws, they are held together by these clips, and don't worry, you will break one or two or a few of these. It's just the way it is, but just be careful. Just be as cautious as you can, but if you end up breaking them, don't you worry. You can put it back together, no worries, with all the screws again, so it really doesn't matter. It's just something that you can't avoid. So once we've separated the two pieces, it will expose the blower and the motor underneath it, which is held by that nut. So behind here you'll find a screw that actually holds the motor in place, so we're going to undo the screw. Then we're going to remove the vent. Then we're going to have to remove the nut. You don't actually have to remove the nut right now, but as you can see, I started putting a screwdriver through. Push the blower motor outward so I can yank, like slowly force it out like so. You have to be careful at this stage and just be patient. It took me a long time to do this, and other people have different styles of doing this. I found that what I've done is just sufficient enough. I just had to be patient and go slow and steady. So now that we can remove the actual blower, that needs a good clean, so I've cleaned it, and I've also cleaned the whole assembly, or the whole housing. As you can see, it's way cleaner now, and it's ready for the new motor. So that's where the screw is going to. Make sure you align it properly when you put it through like this, like so. Carefully, I just put my weight on it basically to kind of get it in position, and just double check that it's aligned with its screw hole. So what I found that worked for me is a hammer and a mallet. By doing this in different sides of it, I slowly, you have to be patient here again, slowly push it in. Once it's done, we reassemble everything, put the blower again, and then the nut, and then here comes our brand new cabin filter, and lock it in place, reassemble, just do everything in reverse, and that's about it. As easy as that, we're all done. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel please, it helps me a lot. If you like any sort of 4-drive camping and now off-grid and self-sufficient sort of content, this is the channel to subscribe to. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one.